So just wait for a few minutes. We'll start.
You can see the poster?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, speaker. Yeah, Gupta sir and Ojit is still going to join.
Okay, okay.
Yep. So we have 2 more minutes to start. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now it's time to welcome you all and start our webinar on the World Environment Day 2021. This is 5th June. So before all the things, we will start with the Saraswati Vandana. So Just will share you with the Saraswati Varna. So now, welcome you all to the webinar, most awaited webinar, because we are all the human beings, and if environment exists, then definitely human being will survive, otherwise not. So we all have to make our environment a lively environment, so that we with the ecosystem will remain, and we can survive here in this world. So we are celebrating, this is 5th June 2021, and we are celebrating the World Environment Day. It is, you all know that it is declared by UN, United Nations, that every 5th June we have in all over the world we will just celebrate World Environment Day. So we have our guest speakers, Professor N.C. Gupta ji, who is a Dean Research and Consultancy, Director Research and Consultancy from Guru Gobind Singh Infras University with us, Professor Ajay from IIT Guwahati, and Dr. Ojit from Ramjas College, who is our distinguished speaker. And also we will have Dr. Sanjeev Srivastav with us from ISC Bangalore, who is the coordinator of ISTM. And we will start our program by, I just invite Dr. Sanjeev Srivastav to, are you getting my voice? Uh, Hello?
Yes, yes, we're getting your voice.
Okay. So just I will invite Dr. Sanjeev Srivastav ji. Dr. Sanjeev Srivastav ji for his introduction about ISTM. Dr. Sanjeev Srivastav.
Yeah. Good morning, Dr. Udesh. And first of all, I would like to welcome all the participants to this platform. And for this new World Environment Day 2021, where we have the concept reimaging, recreate, and restore, right? So I would like to tell this is a very, very important aspect to important day for us. Recently, we have seen in last 1 year how the nature has cleaned itself. The last year, what we saw, the pollution level till last year was too much. And when the pandemic came and we went for the lockdown, we saw a lot of pollution gone down. Pollution level was very, very down. And that is called nature create itself, clean itself. Recently, we found this year, this you can hear, right? Okay. So this year we have found a lot of issues are there with the oxygen, and you know why these kind of issues are there. Even corona is a virus, of course it is a virus. We have found many viruses, but the way this year we have seen so many people we lost in last 1 month, and more than 3 lakh to 5 lakh people have been lost. Even many data are not available, right? why these kind of things are happening in the environment. We know we are moving towards colonial kind of a structure where we are going for the flat system. We are living in different kind of, we are every day cutting the tree. We are also creating lot of scraps, which is creating the wrong things in our earth. And that is a very good example of polluting the environment. If we can think about that, like we can restore what we were having earlier, we can reimagine how to do that, and we can recreate some kind of structure how to do these kinds. So I will just touch the one aspect, how to restore or how to clean our earth. You know, when what we are talking about the science, we are here, we all have scientific community, and we take a lot of equipment for the research purpose. And those equipments, when it gets right off, we just sell to kabadi wala, scraper. And that scraper, what to do, he take the costly item like aluminum, gold, and whatever is there available in that equipment, like we do the thin film coating and of the gold. So such kind of things, they take it out from the PCB board. You can take an example. So after that, he throw all those things somewhere in the earth, right? And those things disturb whole the structure. And today, just I was listening the one lecture of really nice one speaker. He was talking, if earth is disturbed, it means our food quality is disturbed, and in that way, our body is going to be affected. And the way we got affected in last 1 month because of oxygen problem. So two things can be done. If we can reduce the scraps to send to the earth, and also we can put some kind of trees, and that tree should not be only for the fancy like burger, neem. If this kind of tree we plant, then I think we can improve really our environment. So I will talk about the iSTEM, what way we are going to at least reduce up to some level. So the iSTEM is a platform which was initiated by Office of Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India in 2018, with a concept that whatever equipment, R&D equipment we have in all over country, in any national lab or academic lab, we should have a list, and we should avoid to duplicate within the region if we can do. Like most of the people purchase 1 or 2 TEM or 2 SEM or high-end equipment, and of course these are imported equipment. Okay. So if we can save those kind of things, avoid duplication, avoid scrapping, and we can avoid return of equipment, we can use for some kind of, we can collect those at one place and create for the skill development training. We can also use the accessory in the new equipment if it gets damaged. So we can really save the environment by doing that. And with that concept, iSTEM is going to work for next 5 years. And we need the cooperation of each and every scientific community people, and as well as the general people who are going to use that. And I hope you will go through the iSTEM website, you will know more. And one more thing, on 10th June, we are going to launch a big platform that is called COMSOL Multiphysics. If you people are interested, you want to do some research using the modeling simulation software, please join on the launch day on 10th, and we will share the link. And because Government of India is going to dedicate that software to the nation. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Udesh. Now you can take.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sanjeev Srivastava. Now I would like to tell you a little bit about the NEEV platform, what NEEV is doing, and how it is helping the needy people in India, different parts of India. So hope you can see my PPT. So this is NEEV is called the National Education Enrichment in Villages. It is an initiative of IIT alumni. Some of the IIT alumni in 2018 gathered together and thought like, okay, now we are at the positions where we have to give back to the society. So that's why we have formulated this initiative, and this is a registered organization under Uttar Pradesh government, and its headquarters is at Meerut. And these are the office bearers, Professor Birpal ji, Advocate Haridas Verma ji, Rajan Master ji, Professor Anil Malik, Vijay Kumar Tiwari ji, Dr. Ubdesh Varum, myself, the coordinator. The aim is very much clear, like to empower every Indians. We have to enrich them with quality education. Without education, one cannot achieve anything. And vision is very clear. If the poor cannot come to education, then education must go to them. Make India, every Indian educated about not only their rights but also their duties and make them self-reliant. It is our motto. So we are working on the parali and all the things which is related to environment thing. And we are working. We have also met with the various chief ministers of India to give them some hints like how we can curb this parali and make the agro boards like that. We have several initiatives during this COVID pandemic, and these are the some glimpses which several newspapers have been taken. These are the food distributions. The way we have just started coding classes for the needy uh, little girls in the government schools. So it is a good initiative by NEEV. These are the various seminars and webinars which we have organized till today. We have also worked in the R&D, so we have made a machine which can kill the coronavirus in a very few seconds. And we are also like on the TV channels on the Man Ki Baat program, in which Prime Minister appreciate our works. These are some glimpses of the TV and the news clippings. And like we are working throughout slum areas, villages, as well as tribal areas. And we have also collaborated with some digital platform to spread quality education to the students who are in the remote areas like Vidya Education, Solve It Now. These are some initiatives by which we have collaborated. And these are the things we are doing from the last many years. Uh, so these are like summer camps, and we have celebrated all the things. Women's Day, tax and stationery distribution. These are the things which we are working on it, and these are the pics of our webinar, which is uh, taken to the leading newspapers. Okay, and okay, one of the guests is coming. Just a minute. Hello. ओके ओके
Yes.
एक बार दोबारा सर ज्वाइन कर लीजिए दोबारा करके मैं करता हूँ ज्वाइनिंग पे चले जाइए सर लिंक से हाँ जी हाँ जी 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 आप ज्वाइन कर लीजिए जस्ट अभी 2 मिनट बाद शुरू हो जाएगा सर ठीक है सर sorry our the guest Professor NC Gupta ji was there, so he was unable to join, so that's why I was helping him. So these are the pics of the webinar. Hello, are you getting my voice?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Okay. So in which like Deputy CM Chief Ministers also participated in our webinars, and these are from this you can see like NEEV is working very hard, and its volunteers are working very hard throughout the year to help the needy people throughout the India. So these are the some education centers we are working on, and more than 2,000 families and more we have given food and ration in this pandemic year. And these are the some NGOs with which we are collaborating. These are some famous quotes like "Arise, awake, and stop until you get the goal." And do the good to others; it will come back to you in an unexpected way. Like if we clear the environment will help us. So there is no way. Then we have to create our own way. And the whole family is ours, and it is like a Vasudha Kutumbakam. The whole world is our family. So thank you very much. And if you would like to connect with us, then you can email us to ISTM or NEEV anytime. We will be happy to work with you. And now I would like to. Uh, okay, our guest is joining, so he has some problems. Maybe. Okay. Dr. Srivastava, can you speak a little bit more about ISTM so that in the meantime I will contact the speaker and
Sure.
solve his problem? Yeah, sure. Dr.
Sure.
Srivastava.
So can I show some video? We have
Yes, sure.
YouTube video. I will just show so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
people have little bit information about this.
yeah.
Yeah. Just 1 second. I hope you can see it, right? Yes, can you see that?
Yes, yes, we can see, but there is no voice actually. So no audio, no audio.
Can you see? Can you see that of this? Hello?
Yeah, I can see, but there is no audio.
No volume.
Yeah.
Uh, now okay? It happened.
Dr. Srivastava, there is no volume in the video.
Volume is there. I don't know why it is not going.
Maybe you can unplug the headphone or if it is connected.
There is no headphone. I'm not using any headphone. This is from
Just
desktop.
try it. Just try it again.
Okay. It is okay. Is it okay? Oh, no.
No, just you can talk like maybe there is some problem with the video audio.
It's not audible, right?
Not audible, not audible.
Just 1 minute, maybe. I will have to rejoin or what? Okay, let's talk about this one. So, am I audible? Or I am also not audible? Dr. Updesh.
Yeah, audible, perfect.
Okay. So what I was talking about the iSTEM because of this one we could not talk. It's continue. So iSTEM is a platform where we have more than 20,000 equipment uploaded, shared from almost every institution, and the right of user is that they can use any facility available anywhere in India if they need and it is nearby. And what we are going to start to fund them partially if they need some research equipment apart from their regional areas, they want to go some out, even we are going to support their travel partially, so that user will not face any problem if they want to use that equipment for their R&D or some kind of master thesis or PhD thesis. So this way, iSTEM is going to change the whole nation and strengthen the R&D ecosystem so that the people who are not having any equipment, any facility, or anything, even if they want some guidance through the iSTEM, we have also developed a mechanism where you can have the list of experts over the website. Yeah, I think this one you can see here, right? So what we have done here, we have given about the iSTEM if you want to know what iSTEM is going to do. And this platform was launched by the Prime Minister on January 3rd, 2020. And it was dedicated to the nation. You know, this program, iSTEM program, was chosen by the government as one of the 100-day program. I hope you have heard about the Modi government 200-day program. So in that one, it was chosen. And it was also considered as one of the transformative idea for the country by the Office of Prime Minister. Prime Minister. And what we have feature, you can go through this in detail. I'm not going to take much more time. So you can see here, if you want any facility, you can just search. You will get a lot of information. And you can choose based on the rate, based on the locality, based on the availability of the slots, everything you can see without going much more in the portal. It will be available to see. And once you decide, I have to use this equipment, this rate is okay, easily available, next day when I want, that day available, then you can go for the login. That is one time you have to register in the portal. If you have registered, then you can directly go for booking request. And once you are going for the booking request, the custodian is the person who is going to host the equipment or who has shared the equipment, like any person from the institution who is going to operate the equipment. That is called custodian in this system. So they can see your request, and after that they may ask some question through the portal. They can get clarified if you want, and once it is done, they can allocate the slots. Once the slot is allocated, the online payment system will be active. And what you have to do, you have to pay the charges what they have asked for. And one very good thing is that iSTEM is not going to charge anything, no commission, no intermediate charge, nothing is there. So whatever you are going to pay, that is going to the institute where you are going to use the system. So iSTEM is not having any kind of account where any commission or any charges is coming. Once you have booked the system, then you will get the facility booking record. You know, when we book the train, we get PNR number. Here we have given the name facility booking record, and that will be unique number when you book any equipment. Means for one test request, one booking record will be there. Okay. And that booking record will carry till your work is not executed. If once it is executed, you have filled the form, then this FBR will be inactive. And when you use new booking system, you will get the new FBR. And for all these, what we have given is guideline. So this is very, very user-friendly guideline, how to register, how to become custodian, how to share the equipment, how to upload the equipment, how to book the equipment, how to contact the expert. All kind of guidelines are given, and it is very, very user-friendly. You just go to the various tab, you will get the information. And even after that, you are not getting any information. We have also started customer care number. Generally, no academic organization have customer care number kind of things. If you talk about IIT and ISC, but we started, we thought this is the need of an hour. And if anyone want to convey something, they can contact and they can talk to us. With that, I think our speaker is here.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will just finish in 5 seconds.
Okay.
So
okay.
If anything is there, you just call to us. You can contact directly to me if anything you require by choosing the option 5 in the customer care. That will connect me directly. So with that, I think you can make use of this portal for your R&D, productization, or any idea if you have. You don't have any facility, but idea you have. You don't have to carry anything. Just talk to us. We will guide you how to go ahead, where to, and how to convert that idea into innovation, and after the innovation into the product. And in that way only, I think we people can make our India Atmanirbhar, and we don't have to depend on people, and in most of the cases, of course, there is an agreement. We have to talk with the world, and we have to be part of that. But we can make ourselves self-dependent, self-reliant, and that is the goal of our Indian government. Thank you, and I would like to welcome our speaker who is going to talk now, Dr. Gupta ji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir, Dr. Sanjeev Srivastava ji. Now I have made Dr. Gupta presenter, and
Yes.
before starting his presentation, I would like to introduce the eminent speaker, Professor N.C. Gupta ji, who was the Dean of Environmental Science Department, School of Environmental and Management, and presently Director of Research and Consultancy at Guru Gobind Singh University. He's obtained his MPhil PhD in Energy and Environment Systems from Jawaharlal Nehru University, JNU, New Delhi. He is one of the founder member of University School of Environmental Management, which is called USEM, Center for Disaster Management Studies. He was the postdoctoral fellow with Energy and Biomass Conservation Laboratory of the Department of Chemical Engineering, IT Delhi, and research with the Radio and Atmospheric Science Division at NPL. He has more than 28 years of research experience, out of which 21 years of teaching experience to MSc, MTech, MBA. Like, he has a lot of experience, and we are very much happy that he has spared his time because he has a lot of meetings today also, and because he's a well-known environmentalist. So just उनका biodata तो बहुत बड़ा है. Just I would like to invite him so that he can speak in front of you, and you all will know what is the environment, what are the challenges, and how we can cope up with these challenges. So just I invite Professor N.C. Gupta sir to present his views on environment. Professor N.C. Gupta ji, you can present now. Sir, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही. Please unmute yourself.
Can I share my slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How to share? I think it's not showing.
Sir, down there is an option where mute, start video, and share option is there. Yeah.
Can you see? Can you see my sharing?
We can see.
Yeah.
Achha, okay. So thank you very much for inviting me in such a august gathering and to invite me to speak. Am I audible?
Yes, fully, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, please. First of all, I should like to thank Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Srivastava. He's the national coordinator for ISTEM, for giving me this opportunity to be here as a speaker in this today's function on the World Environment Day. And Dr. Uddesh Verma, coordinator, NEEV, and for representative of this ISTEM. And I also would like to say something, Professor Ajay S. Adek Kalam from IIT Guwahati, and Dr. Ajit Singh from Ramjas College, University of Delhi. A very good morning to all of you. The topic of my presentation today is environment status, challenges, and the way forward. I think I have included all what are the current status of the environment and what are the challenges ahead, and how we can overcome the challenges in today's context. Friends, as we know, the environmental challenges, first we know the energy use worldwide. Until we experience a prolonged power cut, most of us take the availability of electricity for granted and do not think about how dependent we are on the energy. And most of the world's energy comes from the fossil fuels we all know, which include petroleum, like crude oil, from the crude oil, coal, and natural gas. And the next most common source of energy is hydropower, which is currently, if you see the world average, of course, in India, we generate around 33%, But overall, world average 6.2% currently, which is very less. While it is considered clean and renewable, it is also having, or it's criticized for affecting natural habitats. We have already seen many disasters in Uttarakhand. And the energy used worldwide. If you see here, the coal, natural gas, and petroleum with 32.8%, they basically constitute as a major, input in the world energy consumption, and hydropower only 6.2. And clean energy sources all increasing, like solar, wind, and geothermal biofuel. Now there is depletion of natural capital. With all this, we have already seen the freshwater resources are being consumed by agriculture, by industry, and for the domestic use. And more than 1 billion people lack access to the clean water. And according to the International Energy Agency, around 1 billion people on this earth, on this globe, out of 7 billion are not having access to electricity also. And 2 billion people are living below the poverty line. With 1 billion people, basically they are striving, they are, hardly they are earning their livelihood to meet their both hands. And the demand for new land, fuel, raw materials resulting in deforestation, the conversion of forest land to non-forest land, and degradation of semi-arid land, resulting in the expansion of desert land, and that is unusable for agriculture. You see the climate change. Climate change kills around 30,000 people per year, mostly in the developing world, as per the report of the Global Humanitarian Forum. The majority of these deaths are attributed to crop failure, leading to the malnutrition and hydrometeorological disaster like floods, cyclones, and droughts. We have already seen in India also, because the climatic changes, the temperature of the ocean waters or ocean surface is increasing, and there is an increase in the severe cyclones in India. The effects of climate change include melting ice, rising sea levels, we all know, flooding and spread of the diseases. There is a threat of a species for the extinction of polar bear in the Arctic region. Extreme weather condition we are already observing. Now earlier the super cyclones in India we were seeing after 10 years, one in a decade, but now the frequency has increased. Because of the moisture availability in soil is decreasing with temperature rise, forest fires also increasing. About 30% of the world's surface is land, which provides soil to grow the food. Increasingly, humans are polluting the land with nuclear waste, with solid waste and pesticides. We already seeing the problem of solid waste in the cities. And if this problem of solid waste is not properly tackled, in particular in megapolis, in metropolis, then every street and road in cities will be dirty in the days to come. In United States, more than 1,287 hazardous waste sites are there, which is known as Superfund site, are on the national priority list to treat them, to restore them. Now, about 3 million tons of toxic chemicals are released into the environment each year, and challenges as a chemicals, carcinogens, and human problems and health problems. And chemicals in the environment enter our bodies via the food and water we consume, the air we breathe, and the substances with which we come in contact. Friends, the 12th report on carcinogens lists 240 chemicals, substances that are known to the human carcinogens or regionally anticipated to be human carcinogens. You can see this. This mother puts sunscreen on her child to protect against sunburn. Personal care products may contain harmful chemicals. Learn what chemicals are in the personal care products you use. You can see this slide. Many personal care products contain chemicals with known or suspected adverse health effects. But we are using them, but we should use them with great cares. Ecosystems are the complex and dynamic relationships between forms of life and the environment they inhabit. Ecosystem services are the contributions of ecosystems to benefit used in economic and other human activity. Over the past 50 years, humans have altered ecosystems more rapidly and extensively than in any other comparable period of time in human history. There are threats to biodiversity. There are an estimated 8.7 million species of life on the earth. As per the scientific reports, scientists believe 1.3 million of which have been named and catalogued by IUCN. And this enormous diversity of life provides food, medicines, fibers to us, and fuel, and purifies air and fresh water, pollinates crops and vegetation, and makes soils fertile. These are the threatened species worldwide listed in 2011. Mammals species more than 1,134 birds, 1,240 amphibians, 1,910 reptiles, 664 and fish, 1,816 invertebrates including insects, snails, mollusks, more than 3,000 in plants, more than 9,000 species are under extinction. We are facing threat or they are critically endangered. Friends, there are benefits of ecosystem services because this year theme of United Nations is ecosystem restoration. That's why I included these few slides in my presentation. Now, ecosystem services they provide the provisioning services, they provide the regulating services, they provide the cultural services. Like provisioning services, fodder, grass, herbs, leaves for livestock sustainability. Fresh water we require for our crops to grow, food to grow, and for drinking water, and for aquatic life, like fish we require. Regulating services, carbon sequestration. For the climate regulation, we require the ecosystem services. We require ecosystem services for air filtration by vegetation to provide the clean air for us. And ecosystem regulation of water and soil, it also stops soil erosion and stop landslide protection in hilly areas, and the protection of lives and property. And cultural services ecosystem provide attractive species, beautiful scenic beauties, spaces, and landscape features for recreation activity. You can see this slide. Now, if you see the economics or economic consultant, there is a famous saying for the economist. Economists know the price of everything. Economists know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. These species are unprofitable for the humanity. So they will be laid off. They should be expelled from the job. As depicted by this, economic consultants. Oh, can everything be measured in terms of money? Should we measure everything in terms of money? No, we cannot measure in terms of everything in terms of money. So I think you can understand from this how the economic system, how these ecosystems are important for us for the sustainability of the humanity. Biodiversity and human welfare are hand to hand. They are neck to neck, hand to hand, and they are basically for the human welfare. So we have to conserve, we have to restore the ecosystems and biodiversity resources for our future. Now the air pollution, air quality and health, transportation, fuel combustion, industry, and solid waste disposal have contributed to the growing levels of air pollution in our cities, including carbon monoxide, oxides of sulfur, arsenic in the air is also available in highly polluted areas, nitrogen oxides, mercury, dioxins, and lead, and air pollution which is linked to heart disease, lung cancer, emphysema, chronic bronchitis, and asthma. And this kills about 3 million people a year world over. Significant population in the world lives in the areas where they are exposed to unhealthy level of air pollution. We have already seen that our cities, even the capital city of India is facing a very unhealthy environment in terms of air pollution, and we are unable to control this air pollution to prescribed level. Air pollution is a major risk to health. Substantial new evidence show that particulate matters less than 2.5 micron, they penetrate deep into the lungs and affect the body more systematically, leading to diseases like stroke, heart disease, in addition to the cancer, COPD, and pneumonia and upper respiratory tract infection. You see, the lung basically is the main entry point of air pollutants, and the target organ is the alveolus, and there are more than 300 million pulmonary alveoli in the human lungs. We have already seen the linkages between the deaths because of the COVID-19. In those areas, we were highly polluted throughout the year. The city of Delhi is also included in that. Like Ahmedabad, we see the number of deaths reported in Lucknow, because these areas, there is linkages that those areas which are very highly polluted with air pollution and the lungs are weak in those areas, and it is basically there a direct relation in the mortality. If the lungs are weak, immunity is weak with the COVID-19. You see, the intake is around, for adult, 15,000 liters air enters every day in our lungs, and increase in the concentration of pollutant cause parallel increase in the toxic deposition in the lungs, and from the alveolus, pollutants travel by the lymph or the blood to different organs, and these pollutants can be circulated throughout the body. You can see that this basically the lungs exposed to outdoor and indoor air pollution. And air pollution has shortened lifespan in South Asia, including India. The high level of pollution has shortened average lifespan by 2.5 years in India. And exposure to indoor-outdoor air pollution contributed to over 1.2 million deaths in India in 2017. Is documented by Health Effect Institute report. And each year, more people globally die from air pollution related diseases than from road traffic injuries, malaria, and air pollution is the third highest cause of death among all health risks in India. Overall, long-term exposure to outdoor and indoor air pollution contributed to nearly 5 million deaths due to stroke, diabetes, heart attack, lung cancer, and chronic lung diseases in 2017. If you see the data, out of 5 million, 3 million deaths, out of 5 million deaths world over, 3 million deaths were directly attributed to PM 2.5, and half of which were from India and China altogether. What government of India is doing? Ujjwala Yojana, through Ujjwala Yojana, household LPG connections, accelerated Bharat Stage 6 fuel availability, and clean air program have the potential as a part of a sustained commitment to air quality and resilient health for all of us. And report from Health Effect Institute highlights 3.6 billion people out of 7 billion population on this planet were exposed to household air pollution in 2017 globally. And you see, due to the air pollution, diesel is carcinogen. The air we breathe is laced with the cancer-causing substances and is being officially classified as carcinogen to humans. As per the World Health Organization reports, you can see this outdoor and indoor air pollutions in hilly areas, in Himalaya areas, and these are pictures from Nepal. And evidence base is stronger than for other approaches, implementation practicality, and some options. Green fuels are there to reduce the indoor and outdoor air pollution. New air quality guidelines to use efficient cook stoves, not to use the kerosene cook stove, not to use the coal-based cook stoves, and use clean fuel like LPG and biogas ethanol to reduce the pollution from the kitchen, indoor and outdoor air pollution. You can see this basically the improvement in the cooking methods, the cooking devices which are more efficient in nature. To reduce the air pollution, you can see the quality of the environment in the kitchen, pollution free environment in the kitchen by this solar kitchen, by this improved cooking stoves, and by supply of CNG or LPG in households. Integration of housing services, schools and recreation can reduce travel and promote active travel. And land use planning is one of the most effective measures to promote physical activity and to reduce the air pollution. Like schools within the walking distance to home can reduce the CO2 emission more than 12%, and shrinking business home distance by 20%. It has been done, experimented in Santiago in Chile. And you see the integration of land use transport will define the shape of an urban growth, as the people in those places in urban settlements will be the energy obese or will be energy trim. So there is a direct relation with this transportation methods, how the people will be in the city, they will be obese or they will be trim. You can see the geometry of housing densities, transport energy. You can see this in Atlanta, Houston, Denver, San Francisco, United States. The per capita energy consumption in these cities in United States is more than 50,000 megajoule per person. But if you see these basically cities achieve largest energy efficiency gains in comparison to North America. Other cities, you can see the city like Manila, you can see Chennai, you can see Jakarta, you can see Bangkok, and the per capita energy consumption is less than 20,000 megajoule per person, because these cities are densely populated and having a proper and good public transport service. So longer vehicle travel distances emit more pollution. We all know, although the tailpipe emission control may be there, and public transport systems are less efficient in low density sprawl destination and are too dispersed. So patronage declines sharply, like this in Atlanta and Houston. You can see Denver, San Francisco. In these cities, the per capita energy consumption is very, very high. And sustainable transport health, there will be health benefits. At the same time, you can reduce the pollution, increase physical activity. You can also reduce the traffic injury and free urban road parking for green spaces. You can facilitate more equitable access to the mobility and easy movement for elderly, children, disabled women. And this can promote the social cohesion in the local communities. And there are sustainable development goals by the United States set. The health is one of them at serial number 3, to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. And by 2030, we have to meet this goal to substantially reduce the number of deaths and illnesses from hazardous chemicals and air, water and soil pollution and contamination. And this can be achieved by the proposed indicator mortality rates attributed to household and indoor air pollution. There is a direct relation. And the energy sustainable development goal 7 says to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable and modern energy for all. And by 2030, to ensure universal access to affordable, reliable and modern energy services, and percentage of population with primary reliance on clean fuels and technologies at the household level, this can be achieved by this. And we have to make our cities sustainable. Already there is a program for smart cities in India. So to make cities and human settlement inclusive, poor and rich, and safe, resilient and sustainable cities. And by 2030, we have to achieve these goals, and the annual mean levels of fine particulate matter or air pollution we have to reduce to make cities more sustainable, more smart in nature. Now, by communicating these energies, if you see this slide, like physical activity can reduce the obesity, and this the physical activity will also at the same time will reduce the air pollution, because this is not a motorized transport, and it will reduce the cardiovascular diseases and depression in adults, and it will also increase social capital. You can see the family is together, the social capital cohesion, and the same time the traffic injuries in cities and resilient health from air pollution point of view, and resilient health from air pollution reduction. You see the transport, energy, land use policies can change this dramatic, and they can reduce the injuries, the more physical activity if you increase, and you can reduce the noise and air pollution and climate change, short-lived carbon pollutants, climate pollutants, and climate change. For the climate, you can reduce the CO2, and this will be having the global long-term health impacts on the society. And a new resilient urban health climate approach says that to adoption of the policy choices behaviors that mitigate air pollution, that mitigate climate pollutants like short-lived climate pollutants like black carbon, aerosols, and CO2, and maximize the health benefits for the humanity. And how to equip engage cities across in health planning development. So this health knowledge intervention with greatest health benefit, these tools for the health assessment to strengthen institutional and technical capability, framework of the collaboration, monitoring and evaluation, and communication awareness raising is important. Now, then climate change is the basically for the green energy. And if you increase the use of the green energy, renewables, non-polluting, can help to alleviate environmental problems associated with the fossil fuels. Clean and green energy sources include solar, wind power, and hydrogen, and biofuels derived from agriculture crops. Two types of biofuels, ethanol and biodiesel, are important. You can see this wind energy is harnessed by turbines, such as these given in pictures. You can see wind farm in Altamont Pass in California, how they beautifully they have basically these erected these wind turbines to harness the wind energy. And this Adam Joseph Lewis Center for Environmental Studies on the Oberlin College campus is among the most environmentally friendly building in the world. This basically is developed by the professor David Orr. And their strategies for the responding to environmental challenges are the international cooperation we have to do, and we have to seek the international assistance. Sustainable economic development should be there. We have to protect the ecosystem for our ecosystem services. We have to restore the ecosystems for the better quality of environment. And this is the role, this would be role of institutions of higher learning. And these higher learning institutions can play greater role and their understanding on environmental problems. And with these lines of by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore translated in Hindi, I would like to sum up. इस देश की मिट्टी और इस देश के जल, इस देश की वायु और इस देश के फल सब सरस बने, सब सरस बने. देश के घर हाउसेस और देश के घाट रिवर बैंक्स, इस देश के घर, इस देश के घर और देश के घाट, देश के वन फॉरेस्ट और देश के वाट हाईवे सब सरल बने, सब सरल बने. इस देश के तन और इस देश के मन, देश के तन एंड देश के मन एंड देश में घर में भाई बहन सब विमल बने, सब विमल बने. With all this, I will conclude my talk here. I would again thank to organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak, to say something in this function organized by the ISTEM. Thank you all. With all this, I conclude my talk here.
Thank you very much, Professor N.C. Gupta ji. कि आपने you have told every aspect of environment and its relation to the human being. If environment exists, then we will be, our existence will be there, otherwise not. So it's very, I'm very much thankful to you, so that you have like spoken in a very lucid manner, and all the presentation is very nice. So now I would like to thank you on behalf of NEES and all the organizing ISTM and all the organizing committee. Now I would like to invite Professor Ajay who will be our next speaker. And before inviting him, I just want to introduce you
Please
in
allow
front
me
of
to
our
share
audience.
my presentation.
Yeah,
This,
okay, yeah, sure, sure, sure. In the meantime,
okay,
you can
yeah.
share your presentation so that I will make you the presenter.
And don't tell much about me. My
No, no, that, yeah,
about me.
yeah.
I can tell myself as in the garbage guy. You can just explain me. Is a garbage guy
Ji, ji.
is going to
So,
talk.
so Professor
Okay.
Ajay S. Kalamdar is from IIT Guwahati. He has done PhD in 2008 in civil engineering from IIT Roorkee and from MTech from BNIT Nagpur, India. BE Civil Engineering from Government Engineering College, Jabalpur. He has professional experience, a lot of professional experience. Like from 2003 to 4, he is a project assistant, then research intern, lecturer, then assistant professor at Guwahati, IIT Guwahati. Then now he's a full-fledged professor at IIT Guwahati. His area of interest is environmental engineering, solid waste management, mechanical composting and vermicomposting, and aerobic design,
Okay,
analysis
we
of
can
solid
leave,
waste,
sir.
and
We can leave.
like
We can leave.
lot
It's
of
okay.
lot of
Okay.
things, lot of things.
People
So
can
just
subscribe together.
yeah, yeah.
No issue.
Without wasting the time, I
Yeah.
invite Professor Ajay for his
Yeah.
presentation. Professor Ajay.
So able to see the slide?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay. First of all, thank you, the organizer, especially Neem and Imstech, and Updesh ji and Dr. Sanjeev ji, Professor Sanjeev ji. थैंक यू एंड विल बी कनेक्टिंग हम लोग कनेक्ट रहेंगे शायद मैं तो चाह ही रहा था कि इंस्टेक के साथ जुड़ा रहूं तो लेट्स सी दिस माय प्रेजेंटेशन सी इन एनवायरमेंटल डे मेनी पीपल विल टॉक अबाउट ये प्रॉब्लम है वो प्रॉब्लम है ये खराब है वो खराब है बाप रे बाप तो डरा देते हैं बहुत सारे लोग so and always is sharing the last slide I think Professor Gupta ji also told many issues about we have a lot of issue और कौन से कंट्री है जिसमें इशू नहीं होते हैं है ना क्या अमेरिका सब क्या ठीक है क्या सारा अमेरिका यदि सब अच्छा होता तो वैक्सीन में तो कोरोना से सबसे ज्यादा तो वही परेशान थे सारे so what but the problem with our I think the last point what normally we shared that our major funding institute like IITs, ISCs, and all national universities, they need to take something. And see, in environmental engineering, I'm telling you, is everyone knows that our mostly the work in the laboratory level और वो 250 ml का जो बॉटल होता है उसी में सारा काम हो जाता है पूरी पीएचडी खत्म हो जाती है 500 ml के बॉटल में सारी पीएचडी खत्म हो जाती है we never go to the pilot scale very difficult to work in academic institutes especially handling the pilot scale reactor that is also very difficult task so the same thing which I'm going to discuss here, what I had done or what IIT Guwahati, at IIT Guwahati we have worked. So this title is decentralized versus decentralized treatment of solid waste. And solid waste is not very new things. Everyone knows about that. See, जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर 2014 में जब आप कहे थे कि भारत स्वच्छ करना है करके मुझे सबसे ज्यादा खुशी हुई थी कि चलो अभी तो काम मेरे पास बहुत सारा काम आएगा बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट आएंगे मैं सॉलिड वेस्ट का फैकल्टी हूँ तो बहुत सारे कॉरपोरेशन लोकल अथॉरिटी मेरे पास आएंगे बट ठीक है ज़्यादा कुछ हुआ नहीं इंदौर हम जानते हैं सारे कि इंदौर इज क्लीनेस्ट सिटी इन इंडिया बट इंदौर का अब अगले 5 साल में या 10 साल में क्या होने वाला है नो वन नोस एंड ये ऐसा पहली बार इज नॉट फर्स्ट टाइम वी गॉट दिस काइंड ऑफ पॉलिसीज जेएनआरईएम 2006 में इतनी बढ़िया पॉलिसी आई थी द फर्स्ट टाइम द प्राइवेट पार्टिसिपेशन हैज स्टार्टेड पीपीपी प्रोजेक्ट्स उसका 2008 तक या 9 तक होते होते क्या हुआ किसी को पता नहीं अब कुछ पता नहीं फेज 1 तो ठीक ठाक रहा फेज 2 में क्या हुआ कुछ पता नहीं तो सेम थिंग इज आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन हियर व्हाट mostly the local authorities are doing the centralized composting facility is not able to run which I am proposing that is decentralized one okay and I'll just explain that how is beneficial about those decentralized treatments so just started with the slides oh is hanged Udeshji is hand.
Yeah. I think you can reshare it. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So human civilization started with the Stone Age, then we saw Golden Age, then Space Age. We're in the garbage now. That is what normally I shared. And why we're in the garbage? See this photograph. You need not to go anywhere. Just put in the Google Indian cities. You will see like this. Even after Swachh Bharat Mission 2014, you will see. So do you won't think so? We're residing in garbage. Is the garbage is going on? The major cities in UP और बिहार एज ए बिग माउंटेन दिल्ली इज ए लो लाइंग एरिया ये बहुत छोटा है मतलब 200 मीटर उसका ये हाइट भी है बट यू विल फाइंड लॉट ऑफ माउंटेन्स 3-4 माउंटेन्स आर देयर we called as in the garbage Everest. But understanding solid waste itself is, I think people don't know about what is solid waste. I think we called as in waste, and many times we called as in waste, we can convert as in wealth. I didn't understand. If anything is waste, has to be waste. So it's good word to use refuse. Why? Because it's a useless and unwanted. This is how it has to be explained. Any waste material is discarded is useless, unwanted, can be useful for somebody else. So is a refuse. See in US, nobody is telling is a waste. They're telling is a refuse management. That's why mostly those who are working in solid waste, they become a millionaires. Because they're getting a lot of money, a lot of finance they are getting out of from these refuse and different wordings. And why is worried problem? Because by 2021 now to 41 to 45% population is residing in the urban areas. And because of that, India became the top country by 2050 projected. See here, India, you see, is ahead of US, China, Brazil, even Indonesia is because of population. It's become 43 million tons waste will be generated every year. And say more than 10th of world waste will be generated in India. This is another report by Hindu by 2045 is generating 450 million tons currently, which is just 60 to 65 million tons. So if you are not able to manage these 60 to 65 million tons by 2030 or 2045, how will we be able to manage these 450 million tons of waste? And there also, if you see, the Maharashtra has become the top state. Why is not because of population? Population of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar is more. But Maharashtra, why? Because the more industrialization, more commercialization facilities are there. Maybe it's because of that. And region wise also you see the East India, which is including the Bihar and some part of Uttar Pradesh, that becomes a maximum percentage is getting generated. And if you compare the cities, like Delhi become the highest waste generator, and if you see the other cities like Mumbai, Chennai, it's likewise. But here, when you see the composition, if 51% still, I think is a planning commission report, now is a Niti Aayog. So is the highest fractions is around more than 50%, and many cities is going 65%. But still we're saying that plastic is a major problem. I know that plastic is not degradable. मैं तो कई जगह पे कहता भी यार प्लास्टिक में जेब में रख लूं मुझे क्या होगा बताओ क्या मुझे उससे बदबू आएगी अरे वो डिग्रेड नहीं होता वो पानी में बह जाता है मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता प्लास्टिक से अब प्लास्टिक का ऑल्टरनेट कोई बता दे अभी प्लास्टिक को गाली देने से पहले बताए कि प्लास्टिक की गलती क्या है या प्लास्टिक करेगा क्या प्लास्टिक का ऑल्टरनेट क्या है सी इज a major problem is a biodegradable waste see you go to our dump sites I do not know why is anyone has visited the dump sites सिटी में क्या आपको लगता है कोई सिटी विजिट करे और डंप साइट पे जाएगा तो डंप साइट में जाइए आपको व्हाट प्रॉब्लम यू आर फेसिंग द लीचेड इश्यू इज हाईली पॉल्यूटेड द लीचेड the air pollution issue is the landfill site is not because of plastic is because of biodegradable matter and what is happening is because of leachate generation, the groundwater. See, just collect the few samples in the nearby area in the dump sites. You'll see the groundwater is not drinkable now. Normally, we understand the groundwater is a drinkable one, and also air pollution. This is few photos you can see the dump sites. Is it Chennai? the leachate. It's a highly polluted leachate. I can just share the BOD5 value. That is a one parameter to tell the pollution load. The BOD5 for human feces that we called as a sewage is coming normally 250 milligram per liter. But for this leachate is coming 60,000 milligram per liter. So you can understand how much is a pollution load in this leachate. So what government of India from last so many different schemes, they propose the centralized composting facilities. This is one of the plant is installed in Guwahati under JNRM scheme in 2006, which was closed in 2009, not able to operate that. How they are operating and why they call it a mechanical compost plant, because composting is a biological process, but they named as a mechanical composting facility. The waste collection, mixed waste, no segregation, paper, plastic, biological, everything is together. They propose go for windrow, get it dry for 30 days. If possible, add some inoculum, some microbes to get degradation should be fast. So 30 days, after 30 days, they will feed into trommel. This is how they call as a mechanical compost facility. So trommel, the first size you can see the 35 mm and 16 mm. So the material larger than 35 mm and 16 mm will go out, and less than 16 mm will come out. But still it will have more moisture. They'll put it for 20 days for again drying, because they have to again filter it from the 4 mm trommel, final sieve. So this 4 mm, because Government of India standard, any compost should be, the size should be less than 4 mm. And this kind of one, you can see the compost, what is generating. I had visited almost 15-20 plants in all over India, the similar plants. So I can't call it in compost. Compost is a proper degradation facility, but there is no degradation, there is no thermophilic condition, no temperature management, no moisture, no quality management. It's one of the poorest quality, and this Cellrich was selling. Is a company called Ramki, is a very popular company, Hyderabad-based company. They ran away by 2009. Okla compost plant was the first compost plant. Okla, there are 4 units. ILFS is working into this plant. You just visit today, none of the plants are working. But here, the France, Italy, Germany, all companies from abroad, they came and to start this compost facility, but they were not able to run. The Agra compost plant, Ambala compost plant. See what is there now. Say Trichy was second cleanest city in first time, but their compost plant also was not running. It's a Chandigarh compost plant. The major problem, the time and quality is very poor, very poor. Nobody will purchase. You go to the farmers, ask them, will you purchase that city compost? They won't purchase. Here in Guwahati, the farmers was asking 50 paisa. फ्री में भी लेने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, बिकॉज इज कंटेंट लॉट ऑफ मेटल and lot of non biodegradable matter. 4 mm से नीचे तो प्लास्टिक भी होता है आपका. सी 30% इज और स्ट्रीट स्वीपिंग वेस्ट, वो तो सारा सॉइल होता है, वो तो that also will mix into the compost. So the farmers are they know that they know this quality is very poor. So what we are proposing here, decentralize, do the decentralize. So this is current our solid waste collection system. Entire waste is getting generated, were primary collected by tricycle rickshaw, and we're putting onto the dustbins. Okay, and from this dustbin is going to the secondary collection from this dustbin, and few locations like institutions, vegetable market, like similar to this kind of location, and this secondary collection is collected to the processing site, or finally is the disposal facility. So here we saw that collection is not good. Even after Swachh Bharat mission, none of the city can say 100% collection. And collection is very costly, and we need a lot of infrastructure for the collection. So what we are proposing, why to go for processing at disposal site after collection? Why not? We can do it at source itself. So source could be maybe these dustbins locations. We can get it if you going for community treatment facility, or we can go to the waste generation facility. Go for one apartment. Apartment have 60 flats. Why not to have one small compost facility or biogas facility at this apartment level itself? Because already we have 40 to 80% organic fractions are there. So we can easily go for plan for decentralized composting facility or biogas facility. But the requirement is that compost biogas should be some of the smart units are required. So what we are here proposing, the rotary drum composting is one of the easiest method in vessel composting. So it just has to segregate the waste, biological, just shed it and feed it into the reactor. Within 15 to 20 days, we will produce very good quality of compost. So here a lot of benefits, short composting period, as I told, like 15 to 20 days, where temperature reaches up to 65 to 70 degrees centigrade, is it just for degradation without addition of any microbial consortia, no extra microbes is required. Less space requirement, that is what is important for the apartment area. No leaching, no spillage, easy in operation and environmental friendly, no odor issue. That is also very important for the in the residential area. Only because the construction fabrication is there, so capital cost will be there, but power requirement is negligible. So what we here we tried in our IIT, that the pilot scale reactor we designed is a Indian system completely. जुगाड़ ही कहना चाहिए. हमने ये जो आप देख रहे हैं इधर, ये मोटरसाइकिल की चेन है और ये साइकिल का व्हील है पूरा, जो उसी का लेके यहाँ पे चिपका दिया घुमाने के लिए. सो ओनली वन टर्न रिक्वायर्ड इन अ डे. So this is my old photo when I was doing my PhD. So here we successful trials we did it in IIT Guwahati for different kind of waste. See here vegetable waste. In currently in campus we are all collecting. We are around I think 12 hostels are there. So all these uncooked waste we are collecting our laboratory where we are reaching 70-degree temperature. Here water hyacinth, ये जल कुंभी जिसको कहते हैं, ये हमारे यहाँ भी बहुत ज़्यादा है. तो this is highly very difficult to degrade because the lignocellulose material. But in Rotterdam, we are still getting 60-degree temperature. Hydrola, this is another weed. Seaways sludge is a huge problem in North India. How to dispose that? Pulp and paper mill sludge also we targeted. This is another weed from Loktak Lake. It's a very popular lake. It's a freshwater lake in Manipur. This is Micania. This is the terrestrial weed. मिकानिया मैक्रेंथा और पार्थेनियम, जो पार्थेनियम हिस्टोफोरसस जिसको कांग्रेस ग्रास भी कहते हैं, वो भी हमने ट्राई करके देखा है. देयर आल्सो वी गॉट 60-degree टेम्परेचर. Then we thought of that was a batch reactor where we targeted only for batch reactor for 15 to 20 days degradation. Then we thought of why not we'll go for fed batch system. Maybe every morning we are generating waste. Every morning we should feed the reactor. So we designed this 5-meter cube of reactor. So here is all photographs. Is only one turn, one before feeding, one after, one before feeding, one after feeding. There's a two turns only required. That's why power requirement is negligible. So this is the entire flow. We feed the reactor, will turn. After 7 days, it will be come out as in compost. We required 7 days curing, and finally we can see and we can get very good quality compost. So you'll be surprised to see the temperature 68 to 75-degree temperature, and it's only 7 days. So this is 7 days means they feed. Today we feed, and after 7 days we'll get the final prepared compost. But that is not completely matured, so we required maybe 7 days to 10 days when maturation is required. So here you can see that in the December also, where ambient temperature is 10 degree, you can see here 10-degree ambient temperature, still the reactor temperature is 60-degree temperature. And mostly in India, winter season, rainy season, compost plant won't work. But because the in-vessel composting, so we don't have any issue about that. Because high rate degradation, so I told that is a one first turn and second turn, only 2 turns required. So you can see here the total organic carbon reduction, total nitrogen, you'll be surprised to see 2.4, 2.5% of nitrogen. We're getting it. Proper CN ratio is a maturation properly. So it's a traditional composting process, normally required 45 to 190 days for proper windrow composting if you take. But in Rotterdam composting, we don't require this mesophilic phase. We cut down this graph and we saw directly the waste is going to the active stabilization, and within 12 to 20 days we'll get one of the best quality compost. Similarly, in the Norvik digestion also, just 5 minutes I'll take Updeshji and finish. This is a different inoculum. We found the cow dung is the best. काऊ देखिए हमने राइनो का से लेके छोटे से लेके बड़े जानवर हाथी का भी यूज किया था, बट काऊ को इसलिए इंडिया में कहते भी है बड़ी काऊ को माता मानना चाहिए. So this is our patented reactor, anaerobic baffled biphase reactor, and there the target is to reduce the HRT so that we can feed more waste in a small reactor. So this is what the 0.7 meter cube, and you will be surprised in the 0.7 meter cube of reactor we can feed 25 kg of waste. So 25 kg of waste means almost 50 households. 50 households in an apartment required only this small reactor 0.7 meter cube. Just only we required proper grinding, feed, and we'll get this is the gas. You can see the methane percentage is 65 to 70%. Is a proper. So this is currently we're working on 10 meter cube of reactor, and I think we're trying to purify this gas. So we come up to 90% purified methane gas, and maybe because of lockdown we are not able to work. We're planning to generate bio CNG that we're planning to get 95 to 96% of methane, so that we can use it for the motor vehicle as for the motor vehicle purpose. So here power production we're doing. So entire our lab is running by 10 meter cube of reactor, and there we're currently feeding around 400 to 500 kg of waste in a day. So here, if you compare the whatever the reactors available, Syntex, the small reactor I'm talking, 1 meter cube, 2 meter cube, even Nisarguna, our ABBR is the 0.5 meter cube itself handle the 20 can produce the 24 to 28 liter of gas. And under few schemes like Govardhan project, we installed in Mizoram and many other locations. We have one small startup, Upshift Management and Environmental Private Limited, where we're generating this very good quality vermicompost called Matidhan. Please, I think I'll request you can go to the Amazon. We recently launched this product on Amazon. Already many people are purchasing from us, where we're proposing the nitrogen around 3.5% nitrogen, you'll get it. And different biogas reactor in Rotterdam, we're installing through this startup. And also the last year I had proposed the online one course was running. It's available in the YouTube. Is again rerunning by the July 2021. So if anyone interested, you can go through this course. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Ajay. And you have really shared a very nice picture of what about the waste, how we can reduce it, even refuse. This is like refuse,
Yeah.
not the, yeah, not the waste thing, but this is a refuse, which we generally refuse from our household and from our factories and all the things. So we have to manage it, and the only thing is the technology and the willingness of the masses. So thank you very much for your kind presentation, and it is like very good. So now I would like to invite our next speaker, Dr. Ojit, and in the meantime, I will make him presenter. Okay. Yes. Okay. So just a brief introduction about Dr. Ojit, and his full. He's presently assistant professor at Ramjas College, Delhi University. He's a gold medalist in BSc Zoology, MSc Zoology with distinction, MPhil with first class, and PhD in human ecology. He is also columnist is Poknapam and the Pupils Chronicle print media, and presently he is like associate professor of zoology, Department of Zoology, Ramjas College, University of Delhi, and he's a member of British Ecological Society, feature editor of NE Scholar magazine. He has like attended several international seminars, conferences, and give his lectures on environmental and all the thing, ecology things. So without delay, I just would like to invite him so that he can deliver his views in front of you all. So Professor Dr. Ojit Kumar Singh, most welcome.
Sir, I will be. Uh, Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, I shall start sharing.
yeah,
So
okay. Sure.
when I click the sharing button, it comes share screen number 1.
So no, just share your presentation window, so it will come up.
Presentation.
Yeah,
Okay. Is
yeah,
it
Yes,
visible to you, sir?
yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Visible,
fine.
perfectly fine,
Okay.
perfectly fine.
Good morning to all the participants and all the dignitaries. Uh, I have no words to express my gratitude to Srivastav sir and Updesh for accepting a small talk which I have prepared. I know that we have been enriched by 2 speakers with lot of primary data. I neither have a primary data nor the secondary. I just love nature and I want to share good things of the nature that I imagine to my students. So I'm a college teacher. I don't do big project, but the nature has taught me so many good things which I never want to miss sharing with my students. And that's the endeavor. Yes, we are indeed grateful for 2 of the grand speakers who have given their innovative ideas and we have learned a lot. So I hope my screen and the sound is coming okay, sir. Should I start?
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Okay. My talk for today is reimagine, recreate, and restore a view from the world of insects. I work on the lives of insects. My PhD work was on the edible insects, which are available in the wetlands of Manipur and the other northeastern region. And I see this particular insect as a very interesting models to indicate the quality of the environment, to also see what are the good things and bad things that we have. So they are one of the very, very interesting and the numerous animals in the world. Even though very numerous, they are regarded as space and they are regarded as something that we can do without them, but that is not very true. That's what I want to share. But before I go into my presentation of the importance of insects in the whole story of this reimagining, recreating, and restoring, what are we going to reimagine? And what is the thing that we are going to recreate? And what are the things that we should restore and bring back to the original form? That is something that I want to share. Sorry. If we look at the nature has been so kind. I'm talking about the nature that we find in this particular planet called Earth. It provides the nesting site, it provides the water bodies where so many organisms are living, and life without water is unimaginable. And very rightly said that the Third World War, if it happens, will be for the war to get water. It provides medicine to us, and it provides beautiful and juicy fruits. It provides aesthetic. And if you look at the picture on the right side, a pujari is doing a pratna in the river Yamuna. And that is so, and if you look at very carefully, it is nothing but the culture of the human derived from our surrounding. The culture, what food do you eat? What kind of clothes do I wear? And what kind of the mentality do I have? Is very much influenced by the kind of environment that we are in. So it provides not only the physical living system, it also provides the culture, it provides the beauty in the society. So that's our nature. There's so many species. We know that today we have near about a million species which have been discovered. I do not know whether I have clicked a wrong button. Sir, is the things okay? Is going on well?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So this particular planet Earth, which still hosts more than 1 million species, which are different from each other. When I talk about the 1 million species, I'm talking not about the individual number. For example, human population is near about 8 billion, but we are represented by only one species. So I'm talking in terms of the variety and differences. We have 1 million, but if you look at the earlier history of the Earth, the fossil records have exemplified to us that the Earth had already seen 5 mega extinction. So the beauty that we have, the kind of diverse living organism that we have, is nothing as compared to the one which have existed before. Whatever little things that we have is giving so much of the importance to us, then just imagine what might be the importance if we still have those particular organisms that are represented by fossils only. So we had already seen 5 of the mega extinction. The latest one is the Cretaceous tertiary extinction of 65 million years ago, when the dinosaurs become extinct because of the meteorites hitting on the planet Earth. And if we don't believe that this kind of things happen, the best thing is to see the fossils. The first thing is to see the fossils that in front of us. Archaeopteryx, for example, is a connecting link between the birds and the reptiles. So many of such things which is no longer visible today, but they were organic, tells us that living organisms were present. For example, today we are having this particular webinar, and it has been fueled by electricity. And most of the electricity that you and I am using might have come from the fossil fuels. And this fossil fuels itself is the remnants, is the compressed activity of the living organism that existed long time ago. So that's the kind of extinction that had happened. But very seriously, what we see today is different from our earlier extinction. If we look at the records of the Earth, uh, it's more than 4.5 billion years old, the planet Earth. And in this particular planet Earth, different forms of living organisms have evolved. And it has been classified into different names and categories. I will not go into the details, but the latest one on the planet is the Holocene period that we are in. But scientists, after the industrial revolutions from 1950s onward, after having had two of the big wars, First World War and Second World War, after the Second World War, lot of newly independent countries came into picture. They all want to develop, but the development, they want to copy the kind of development models that the Western peoples were using. But this modern development that the modern nations wants to mimic is based on extraction of the natural resources. But all these developing countries, if they make the model of the development just like the earlier Western countries, I think every day will be a war, and it will be not very, very suggestible. So after the Second World War, newly developing countries and the developed countries all over the world, we realize that the Earth is only one. But there is a pollution in water, there's a pollution in air, there is a pollution in every possible system where we can call as our home. So, but the problem to restore to the earlier beautiful thing cannot be done by one single great nation. It should be the combined efforts of every one of us, every nation. So that was the realization. To come to that realizations, say, for example, in the earlier 5 mega extinction, it was all because of the natural calamities and events. But today, when we talk about the Holocene, and today, when we talk about the present, it is met, it is designed, it is destroyed, it will be made livable all by humans. That's why some of the scientists and some of the anthropologists wish to call this particular present era as an era of humans. and that is what we call as Anthropocene. If the Anthropocene or is imagined, it is all designed and shaped by the kind of pictures that you see in front of a screen. That is an atomic bombardment. This thing happened in US sometimes. Okay, years ago. See, this small atomic bombardment, it is a testing site. It creates a mushroom cloud. Just imagine if this particular bomb is falling on Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Dr. Ojit, sorry to disturb you. I think your slides are not moving.
Oh,
Yes.
I think it has been posted. I will stop sharing.
I think it got stuck somewhere.
Yes.
Oh, sir. So which slides is now?
So it is only the I think very first slide where it shows 65 million years for extinction.
Oh,
Maybe you have to reshare again.
Yes.
okay. To reshare it, I have to stop sharing.
Stop first.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm clicking the sharing button again
Yes.
and
Yes.
stop sharing. Is it resuming, sir?
Yes.
Does
Yes.
it resume?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me
Now
go
it's.
to the next slide. Sir, is it
Yeah.
visible, the atomic bomb? Okay. Thank you
Yes.
so
Yes.
much.
So your slides are very nice. So if you like start from the previous slide, it will be very nice to see all the things.
Oh,
No, it is fine. It is fine.
Yeah.
Moving.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
this is what we are. Yeah, this is the present situation that we are in. The atomic bombing, destruction. So the new era is marked by activities led by humans. So it is not a meteorites falling on here. It is an atomic bomb that you and I designed to destroy. Atomic bomb has been meant to destroy. So we have also seen see the kind of the mining activities. We are digging like anything in order to find the materials that fires our mobile phone. And just imagine on the right side, the increasing height, the mountainous regions created by the urban tubes. And we see in the third these pictures, the burning of the forests. Amazon, it was burned like anything. Australia, it was burned like anything. And every regions where the forest is located, the burning is happening right now. And you also see these pictures. We are killing ourselves. The First World War and Second World War. These paintings really depicts how mercilessly we have been killing each other to maximize and capitalize some of our ego. So that is happening where? That is happening here on this particular planet. Okay, where we call our home. So over this, I hope everyone is seeing this particular screen where a particular
Yes.
fossilized human. Yeah. So it is said by none other than David Attenborough, one of the greatest presenters of the natural history in the television. Is said that if human beings is discovered, okay, after 1 million by our generations to come, they will find no bones, nothing, but they will find plastics and equipments. So this particular pictures really captures the kind of activities that we are doing in nature. So so this is the kind of a situation, but this was changed in 1968 Christmas. This is the picture of the Earth rise, just like the moon rise and the sun rise. The Earth is rising up from the surface of the moon. This is the picture taken by the Apollo 8 mission. Anders was the cameraman and astronaut who captured this particular picture. This particular picture make us realize that in the whole of this solar system, in the whole of this universe, there is only one planet Earth where we live. And this is like a bubble. It is so fragile. And now this particular picture questions to every single person in the world that we need to protect this Earth. There is only one planet Earth. We don't have a two-planet Earth. If you destroy this today, there is no other planet, okay, remaining for us. So this particular pictures of 1968 Christmas, where Anders is saying that we came all the way to explore the moon, and the most important thing is that we discovered the Earth. It's very, very interesting. Now, this resulted in 1972 Stockholm, United Nations Conference on Environment, where Indira Gandhi represented India, and the formation of United Nations Environmental Program come into picture. It was in 1972 June, and that is the reason why we are celebrating today, the June 5, as the World Environment Day. It was started, this particular conference had in 1972, but the first World Environment Day started in 1974. So, and Till today, we are celebrating and we are awareing ourselves, giving awareness to the people that the earth is only one. And if we destroy this one, we don't have any other planet too. So that is something that we should remember. Now, here comes the questions. Here comes the question. If the earth is so much destroyed, biodiversity is decreasing like anything, is there a way out? There are thousands of ways. Our earlier speakers have also already said, already talked and advised us and enriched us with their own personal findings, the kind of beautiful mechanism to rectify the wrongs. But there is one, and that is very close to the theme of the World Environment Day of this year, that is restoration ecology. So indeed, it was the best of time, and but it is also the worst of time. And this is a statement taken from the Tales of Two Cities, written by Charles Dickens long ago. He said that today is the best of the time. I hope today is the best of the time. People are dying because of corona. But even then, the doctors are helping us with all medications. So is not it the best of the time? Had this particular doctors, had this particular oxygen purifiers and concentrators are not there, I think the life lost to the COVID might have tripled and manifold, or might be this is an era where human beings become extinct to this particular disease. At the same time, this is the worst of the time. What is the worst of the time? The students not attending the classes because of the COVID, because of the smoke, because I come from the northeastern region and I came to Delhi. I'm an urban migrant. I'm an educational migrant, you can say. I'm migrating from my state because of my education. The kind of political situation that happened when I was studying. And out of 365 days, we hardly have 80 days of schooling. But I love my state so much. And my parents was too much in education. They said that we don't have a money, but we will try to pool the money and you go to Delhi and you study it. At least that will be better. Because of the political. But today in Delhi, I came to Delhi because in Delhi, all the classes are happening every day. But today, my children are not attending the school because of smoke. You might still be remembering 2016 because of the smoke issue, burning of the straw and smoke. The students are prevented to come to the school. That's a very, very sad. That is the worst of the time. Many diseases are with us, like cancer. We really do not know what is the major causes, when we really do not know what is the target, what is the best way. We are just doing trials. So that is the worst of the time. And the best of the time is people, we are gathering. I think 100 of us are gathering here and thinking and promising ourselves that at least we should be thinking about our environment. That is the best of the time. So as far as the theme called restoration ecology is concerned, it started in the late 1930s. Thanks because of a particular family man called as L.D.O. Leopold. The picture of the L.D.O. Leopold is seen in this particular hut. This is a particular area in Wisconsin which was left barren. Agricultural activities happened, the soil has degraded, nobody want the land, and it was sold in 1 acre at $8. You pay $8 and you get 1 acre. And this particular guy, what he did was he went to this particular place, buy the land, and every weekends he and his family members went there and started planting the grasses which was there before the agriculture happened. He talked to the seniors, he talked to the elders, and he tried getting the seeds of those grasses and he started planting. No agriculture, nothing. He just tried to reimagine, recreate, and restore the kind of vegetation that used to be there. And he was a human being. And today, this particular area where L.D.O. Leopold started his particular restoration project is a sanctuary for wildlife in our own lifetime. So it is possible. So the degraded landscape that we have seen, we can restore, provided we love, cherish, and then we also imagine and appreciate some little scientific odd things that we are doing. And all those particular gaps are breached. And that's the reason why today Uday sir and Srivastav sir's team is talking about rural villages, education. I think that should come from there, because the villagers are the one who knows that what kind of natural vegetation happened. You cannot ask to a particular fellow of 45 years old like me in Delhi what kind of plants were there in this particular city 400 years ago. It is a historian, it is the local people who have been living here will tell that yes, during the Mughal period, this kind of vegetation was there. Yamuna was planted with this particular grasses. And the young people, your students, should pitch up, should collect those particular things and started settling. And remember, in 30 odd times, you will find a new Delhi, the new Meerut, New Bangalore. Okay, they will no longer be in the films or in the imaginations. So it's the recreation that we need to. So we have a lot of scientific papers as regards to restoration. Unlimited resources are there. I'll not go into the details. So ecological restoration aims to recreate, initiate, or accelerate the recovery of an ecosystem that has been disturbed. How do we do it? There are many ways. Some examples, and this is from Brazil, where a particular landscape has been devastated doing farming, animal farming, but government came and mitigate and said that let us do some project here and see the kind of diverse plants which have come out. So the degraded landscape that you are frightening about thinking, please remember there is a way to bring back a new lease of life by using restoration ecology, which is the theme of this year's World Environment Day. Restoration ecology is based on 4 goals. One is revisitation. A particular barren area, you are revisiting it. You are planting the endemic species. Another one on the second of your right side, the picture is about habitat enhancement. This is a river bank. When the river is getting dry, you bring some woods, some leaf litters, so that the moisture is protected, and hence the frogs will be living there. So that is the kind of enhancement that we can do. A river is already there. I'm just enhancing. If a bund is there, dam is there, you just pull it and make the river flow properly. That is an enhancement. Other one is called remediation, where you are using methods to detoxify a particular polluted sites. And that is what our earlier speakers have been doing, remediating a particular polluted sites. Another one was mitigation, where the government comes with new rules and policies, and where the government is coming with new ideas and is implementing in the form of acts and policies. So that these are the 4 important goals of the restoration ecology. So I will not go into details. I'm just capturing here the what to say, the website of the World Environment Day. If you happen to go today, you will find facts and figures of the importance of restoration ecology. There are so many interesting factual information. Each of this factual information can be a PhD degree. So if any of the students is applying for higher or project for your MSc or graduation, the factual figures that is given there is wonderful. For example, restoration and other natural solutions can deliver 1/3 of the mitigation needed by 2030 to keep global warming below 2 degrees. It can start from your backyard. Okay, there's no need of, then you can collate your data with the information available secondarily in the net. This is something that we should start. The value of ecosystem services is so much. Okay, the oxygen that we are respiring. Just imagine if the plants stop producing oxygen. If all the plants in the world went for a dharna, they are very fed up with the human activities as well. And tomorrow, if this particular plants stop doing photosynthesis, I hope each and every person in India, every person in the world will be having an oxygen cylinder by the side of us. And every now and then we will be making a call to the nurses that this oxygen is not working. Please come and help me. Just imagine you going to your park with the oxygen cylinder. Cannot unthinkable world it will be. So restoration is very much needed. Here, the last few slides, I want to share what is insect going to do in the whole scheme of this restoration ecology. Insects are beautiful animals to me. That butterfly is beautiful, right? So insects are defined by the structures. They have 3 pairs of legs, and all the legs are coming from the middle portion of the body called thorax. They have got 2 pairs of wings, and all the wings are coming from the thorax. They will have head, they will have thorax, then they will have abdomen. Every single insects in the world will have this. Sometimes they may lose their wings when the wings are no longer necessary. But in the life cycles of any of the insects, this particular presence will be there. So these different insects are there. And when we talk about the insects, we never appreciate them good. Cockroach, what cockroach? Okay. If somebody asks, have you ever appreciated cockroaches? Somebody will shoot me. But please remember, we are having a cleaner environment. They are the best natural decomposers and scavengers of the world. If they are not there, all our gutters will be smelling like anything. Everyone will be toxified like anything. So the insects. So we should be appreciating them. And it's said that we are the guests to the world of insects. So that's a very interesting statement. Yes, history has already talked about plague. History has already talked about the grasshopper. Okay, that happened in Gujarat and Rajasthan this year also, the pest, and you employ a lot of chemicals to kill. It happens in every part of the world. But please remember, insects are also insects are also the first living organism who carved the way for globalization. For example, the picture that you see is a silk route that connects from the easternmost corner of the world to the westernmost. And the silk route is all because of the silk that you wear. And the silk is produced by the silkworm. That's what we call the resam kikira. That's the beauty of the insect. So that connects the culture of the world. Silk route is also about connect. So all this particular, uh, all these particular things, all the history. If you happen to look at the silkworm, please remember, is not only about the silk that is adorned by the rich people. It is not only about the colorful clothes worn by the Renaissance period. It is also about connecting every little cultures in the world. You will be surprised to know that we have a beautiful culture of silk industry, local silk industry in my own state called Manipur. The king is giving a permission to prepare a particular kind of silk for the coronation to one villages, one community. See, the job was protected. Then culture of a particular community was protected. And just millions and millions of such cultures, they were united and connected by the silk, okay, silk route. And thanks because of an insect. Then if you happen to look at the vegetables of the world, flowers of the world, a tiny insect called honeybee that provides you honey, which is considered to be the purest food when a particular child is doing the namkaran or a particular food, annaprashan, the Panditji always will list honey should be there. But if you look at the honey, it is a hard work of the honeybee. And it's because of this hard work that pollination takes place and beautiful flowers and the vegetables are with us. If you happen to go to the vegetable market and please see the beautiful fruits and the vegetable, at least close our eyes for a moment, for the fraction of a moment, and appreciate the wonderful work of the honeybee pollinating. And without them, no fertilization, no seeds, no germination, no vegetables, no flowers, no fruits. That's as easy. That is the reason why in US, people are afraid that they are losing the wild bumblebees. There are publications in Nature, so much of the journals, and numbers of literatures are there. What might be the causes, what will be the impact of the loss of pollinators. If you happen to look 3,000 years ago, 30,000 years ago, we have some of the cave paintings in the walls of the caves in Sweden, where a particular old man or ancestors is collecting the honey. Exactly like this, after thousands of years in Nepal, you are still finding certain tribals collecting the wild honey from the honey which makes their nest 90-degree on the side of the wall of the cliffs of the rocks. And they're using the ropes and exactly the technique that was used in this particular cave painting depictions. A wonderful extension of the knowledge of different geography of the world. And if you happen to see this particular insect called dung beetles, you might have seen the picture called as a mummy. So you will find the dung beetles, and nobody wants them treasure. But without this particular dung beetles, our natural world will be so smelly. If one particular cat or dogs or the rat or the fish die in my room, the smell will be horrible. But if you happen to go to the jungles, if you happen to go to national park, the smell is so good, but there are so many animals are killing and dying. What has happened to the smell? And it is simply because of the work done by the scavengers, decomposers, represented by the insect. If a particular dung is defecated, if a particular animal dies, all of a sudden from 16 kilometers away, they will zoom in and started decomposing, collecting the useful materials for them, making regeneration of the soil, making the air purified. So that's the wonderful act of nature. I published a paper with my colleague this year is about a particular place, a village in Manipur called Iringban. And here, if you look at this picture, it's a multi-use landscape. There is a road, village road is there, and there is a small stream where women are collecting the fishes and edible insect. And by the side of it, you will find the field, and by the side of it, you will find the villages. That is a multi-use landscape where the insect also still speaks a lot. People are collecting as a delicacy. People are collecting to feed their animals, and people are making the livelihoods from there. So we need to restore. So just imagine if this particular village called Iringbad is being converted into brick fields or a particular city. See the history associated with the people. history and the ecological and the economic importance of every landscape that you see here will be going away. So when we talk about restoration, it is also reimagining, restoring not only the landscape, but the history associated with it, the geography associated with it, the biology associated with it, the chemistry associated with it, the engineering associated with it. So the last slide, I want to thank everyone by quoting this, come back the caterpillar cold hard after I have something important to say. If any one of us, many of us might have read this particular novel called as the Alice Adventure in Wonderland, written by Lewis Carroll, a mathematician. There, Alice is eating a part of the mushroom. All of a sudden, she becomes taller. But another part of the mushroom she eats, she becomes too small. Even a caterpillar becomes gigantic to her from the same mushroom. It is exactly like this. Everything in the nature has evolved by adapting to an environment for millions of years. They have so many beautiful stories and the scientific principles to tell us. And that is what a caterpillar is saying to Alice. Alice, please come back. I'm a part of the nature. And I know which part of this mushroom has to be consumed. So let us be an obedient Alice to this majestic nature, and let us try our best effort to bring back the beauty, to recreate the beauty, to reimagine the beauty, and to restore the beauty. To me, the theme that is recreation, the reinvention, the reimaginations, and the restoration is not something new. It is to bring back those beauties that everyone have enjoyed and everyone have cherished. Thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity to share few of my ideas and few of my imagination. Thank you to all the participants and the organizing team. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, first, Dr. Ojit. And we are just went back to the villages after seeing your slides and in the history. Like everything is important, and we have to balance the ecology. And without balancing, one cannot be happy. So we earn the money to be happy, to feed our family, to feed the people. But if we do not uh, feed, like if we do not give back to the environment, which is giving back like oxygen, food, and everything. So balance should be there, and if balance is there, then we all will be happy. Like environment will be happy, we will be happy, we will be having this beautiful life and all the things. So it's very I am very much thankful to you. You have shared a lot of things in front of us, and also just I would like to uh, tell you all that more than 500 people have registered with us for this webinar from across the country, even from the abroad like Nigeria, Uganda, and some European countries. And it's like very fascinating to see all your thoughts in this webinar. And many people are joined who have not this WebEx facility, so they have joined with the YouTube, our YouTube channel. So now I would like to invite Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Srivastav ji for the vote of thanks. Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Srivastav.
Thank you. Thank you. So I would start this vote of thanks with a famous quote of Mahatma Gandhi. Earth has lot of resources for us, okay, for our need, but not for our greed. So if really we will go with those things, what our people have told in the past, even we can restore those things also, what is already there, right? And we can implement in our life. So I think we can really save our environment. And I will say all the three speakers, the way they communicated, I was hearing each and even I'm not environmentalist, but I could say I have understood fully what they're trying to say. And in very simple language, they give this lecture, and it is amazing. It is knowledge, lot of knowledge sharing. So I think we should go with that. We should implement and take a place. We will put wherever we will find the space and time to put a tree in the environment so that we can start those things and we can restore those things. And with that, I would like to thank all the speakers, organizers, my colleague Dr. Udesh Verma, and most valuable our attendees who gave this time to attend and understood the things. And I hope we will take from here, place we will do something for our environment to make it better what we have. Okay, thank you.
Yep. So thank you very much. And if anybody would like to ask some questions regarding environment or maybe related to that, so our speakers are there. So you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
So if anybody would like to ask something, most welcome.
Oh, hello, sir. To my thing.
So this is like a question answer session. So if you have any queries, you can ask.
So somebody sent me an email. Can I share this one?
Sure, sir. You can share.
Mr. Sanjay Gadhale, I think.
Gadhale, yeah. He's
Gadhale.
our old alumni.
He said
Yeah.
it that I said it that is a very bad condition. It's not I was not sharing that is a bad. I was just sharing that many schemes the central government or state government they are proposing, but I think their implementation is not that good. And finally, I think many projects in India, many I think they won't talk about sustainability, especially the financial sustainability, because see central government they are giving the fund to the state government and that capital fund they are utilizing, but there is no operation fund is available. So operation fund that again they are looking for some more scheme. So this is what I.
Hello.
Yeah, maybe some internet problem. Yeah, please go.
Hello. So, Dr. Updesh, even I
Yeah.
heard the lecture what Dr. Ajay has done. This is really a good solid waste initiative what he's doing. And I think recently Office of Principal Scientific Advisor asked me if we can connect some kind of people who are really working in solid state. So I would be happy to connect Dr. Ajay with PSA office. There is an organization of initiative of PSA Invest India, or so I would like to connect Dr. Ajay for that one. Okay, I will talk to him.
Yeah,
I think now
that
he
will
is
be very
back.
good.
Yeah, he is back now, I think. Yeah. So, Dr. Ajay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
can you hear me? So, are you
Yes, yes,
have
yes,
you
sir.
have you got any chance to inform your things to Office of PSA?
Not PSA, but I already I told that I had a funding from Ministry of Urban Development, CSIR. I already submitted reports, but I
Okay, no,
think
I
this
would
is how
like
we're
to
connected. But
okay,
yeah.
I would like to connect with the Office of PSA because they have initiated
Okay,
some
okay.
kind of solid waste management initiative. So, I would like to connect. I think you are doing a
Question pollution file.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will. Please. I think. Yeah. Am I audible? Na?
Yeah, audible.
Yeah, Professor Sanjeev. I think.
yeah.
I'm not connected with directly, but I had some funding from them. But
Okay.
only that is what yesterday also I was talking to you that our reports is there in their offices, but they never look onto those reports. Yeah.
If possible and it is not confidential, please share with me. So I will immediately talk on Monday. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
This
I'll
is my,
share with you, sir. I'll share
this is
with
one
you.
day my responsibility through ISTEM also to connect people, right people for the right initiative. Okay.
Yesterday itself, I think I registered in iSTEM also.
Okay, good,
I
good.
started already. Yeah,
Yeah,
I started
please
already.
share your patent and publication also and the technology product. There are 3 category where you can submit. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So,
I understood that one. That
yeah,
I put it that by today itself.
please do that. Yeah.
So
And I
just
request,
okay.
yeah,
So sorry.
just 1 minute. If anyone in participant also have developed some technology, good patent and publication, please register on iSTEM portal. Share, because we are trying to connect whatever developed product or commercialized products are there through GEM also, so that government organization will know and they may take the benefit of your product and your technology, whatever you have developed or your patent you have done. If you register on iSTEM portal, many young researchers will contact you for the your expertise and your whatever knowledge you have, so that you can share. So I have shared the link of iSTEM to register in the chat box. You can copy. And also I have shared information about the national webinar, which is going to be conducted on 10th June at 10:30. And in that one, Government of India is going to launch the console platform, and there is a called calibration of standards and some other R&D services which is going to be available for the researchers. Some platform will be available free of cost, some will be on minimum charge basis, but that also can be supported by iSTEM if needed. So please register, join the launch program so that you will know what Government of India is doing for the academic researchers and scientific community. That is great initiative they are doing, and I think it should reach to each and everyone. Thank you. Yeah, Dr.
Yeah.
Updesh.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
I just want to ask Dr. Ojit a very simple question, which is on the minds of maybe mostly many people. Like the insects are, you have showed us, like insects are doing very good things
Yeah.
for us and for the ecological balance. So what about this 5G testing thing? Like we know that radiation kills the insects. But so can you comment on that? Like if there will be like 4G, it's going on, and if there will be 5G, then what will be the effect of these radiations on the insects and our new environment?
Uh, am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
uh, this is where a biologist like me will be requesting our IIT and professors to look into the. But it will be too early to claim. But as a biologist and as a person who do natural science and evolutionary biology, what is very rightly known to us is insects have a commendable adaptive way to mutate. Because of the mutations and because of their nature, they can adapt to a situation much better than us. It is said that even if the nuclear holocaust takes place, it will be the cockroaches who would be again alive, and humans and other things will go away. It might be metaphorical, but what is true about the insect is their life cycles are very, very adaptive. And that is also the reason why they are the largest animal groups in the world today, from the smallest to a meta size. So we exactly do not know what will be the direct impact of the radiation of 5G on the insects, but given an opportunity, the insect will do fairer and better than humans in terms of their survival. Thank you.
That is true. That is very
Just to share, I think this new research is started with the same idea, Professor. This black soldier larva is very good for the degradation of solid waste. So that also I'm trying to start in our laboratory, black soldier larva. I don't know about that particular name, but they said it's black soldier called them. Might you know more than me about
Yes.
these things? Yeah.
If we dug out a few ounce of soil in our backyard, every layer some insects are waiting, and they are there. They are engaged in all the activities in every layers of life. So very interesting. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. We have Dr. Ravinder Reddy with us. So Dr.
Yes.
Ravinder, do you have any questions?
Please unmute yourself
Yeah. You can unmute.
and introduce also so that we all know.
Also, if anybody wants to ask questions, they can unmute themselves and then ask the question. or we will close the session in 5 minutes.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes, very much.
Sir, can you please share the link again where we can register ourselves that the sir was talking about?
Okay. Srivastava ji, please share the iSteam link.
iSteam link.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, just 1 second. I will share. This is just www.istem.gov.in. You can see here in chat box.
Thank you, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
And also, I have shared the link of our YouTube, okay, where you can join on 10th. Okay, just I am sharing.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, everything I
Thank
have
you,
shared.
sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
So any question from the audience side?
Yeah, if I'm allowed, can I ask something?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Sir, I'm Nimmandeep Singh from Bangalore. I'm part of a zero waste society in ISC.
Oh, very
and
good.
Zero waste society is instrumental in promoting the environmental solutions in the society and the research. But I'm not an academician and a researcher. I'm a business community guy. So I just wanted to ask two things. We in Bangalore planned that there should be a audit of all the individual homes to the factories. Normally, it is done through pollution department in the factories. That individual homes also should be audited from the waste generation point of view, right? And
Yes.
also not only the solid waste, even the anything from our generators, the apartment buildings. And we started formulating our framework, and we try to have a agency who will be a third party quality check and appoint a separate auditors for that. So when I heard you, Dr. Sanjeev and Dr. Upesh, and from the Assam, the Northeast speaker, I was very excited to share this with you because probably you could give us more insight into it and make it more viable so that it is acceptable to the society. Or else what will happen is this will become just an ideation of one of a small organization like Zero Waste Society, which is in India, right? So, and it is all the professionals are in this society. All the builders are trying to connect with it. Even the department, pollution department, everybody is trying to be part of it. So, can you just think on this line and say, in national footprint point of view, what is the possibility of involving the citizens in terms of auditing of the individual waste, and then utilizing these? And we wanted to call them as a green auditors. We want to call them as a green auditors. And this not only will be giving a employability, also really creating a lot of value proposition for those environmental engineers and even some of the work from home people who are now not having enough jobs. So they themselves for their own unit buildings can do it. So that is what I wanted to ask, sir, first.
One thing I want to tell you, because since you are talking from Bangalore, in BBMP has, I think, started something on the solid waste management, and recently they have come up with a very nice policy. I heard from some BBMP staff. Okay, so I think we can find some opportunity through that BBMP, how we can get connected. And very good thing is the BBMP commissioner is one of the IIT Delhi old alumni. Mr. Gaurav Gupta. Okay, so I think you should contact him some way and find some such kind of opportunity. Of course, it is there. What I heard through newspaper. Okay, and also the office of PSA sometime back they tried to contact to do something about the solid waste management. And investindia.org is the agency. If you go through the website, you can find a person called Mr. Nitin Chaki. So he was coordinating those things. So just find those numbers, or you take my number. I'm just putting in the chat box. Okay. Later on, you get connected with me. So maybe I will be able to connect you. Okay, with them. I have put my
So nice.
number. Yeah.
So nice of you for sharing your number. This will be
Yeah. And my number is also available on the iSTEM website. Our contact number, email ID, everything is there. You can easily to me. Just you put the name in Google also you can find. Thank you.
This is very encouraging on behalf of you.
Sure.
No, sir. No, sir. No. No.
Okay, anyone else?
Okay, if we anybody would like to ask something?
You can put your video on when you are asking question.
Yes, yes.
It is up to you. You have all the freedom.
उपदेश जी पहले तो हमें इनको बताना पड़ेगा ना सवाल पूछे करके। कहाँ इतने देखिए कितने फ्री में एक प्रोफेसर कहाँ मिलते हैं बैठने को।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सभी पूछना चाहिए।
Hello.
हाँ जी, सभी को
First
क्वेश्चन
you have
अगर
to
अगर
unmute
कुछ
and then only.
उपदेश जी ये हमें पहले सिखाना पड़ेगा कि देखिए इतने फ्री में इतने लोग कहाँ मिलते हैं जहाँ आप कुछ भी पूछिए जो मन करे। बच्चा पूछा ना अपना कि सर ऑडिट करना चाहिए और कितनी बढ़िया इंफॉर्मेशन मिली है, तो शायद हम स्कूल में जाके पहले यही समझाए कि सवाल पूछना सीखे करके।
Yes.
सही 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 सही
जी
और मैं ये बोलता हूँ कि आप ये मत सोचो कि आपका क्वेश्चन जो आपके दिमाग में वो सिली क्वेश्चन है। सिली क्वेश्चन इज ऑलवेज ए गुड क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल।
गुड क्वेश्चन।
Yeah, I just want to give one example of writing the silly question, sir. Everyone, I just want to share 1 minute this story.
हाँ हाँ करिए सर, कोई कुछ नहीं बोल रहा तो आप ही बोलिए सर।
Arvind Mitra, sir, who is going to launch our console portal. He was earlier in DST International Cell. Okay. So one day something came into my mind. Why not we should start the nanotechnology, because I am part of nanotechnology center in ISC Bangalore. So I thought, let me write why we should not do something for our neighboring country. Okay. And it was 2018 July. I wrote, generally I start my day in morning 6:30 and I start writing emails in the morning time, and with a thought that 9 o'clock everyone can come in the office, so at least he will open the computer. That is the first habit of any official person, go and check the computer. So I wrote that mail in the morning, why not we should do something for this, and I am already doing some program through neighboring country, why not DST should contribute. And also I wrote one line, still I have that mail content. Sir, this may be a silly idea for you, but I want to write you. You know, when 9:30 I got a reply, Sanjeev, this is a very good idea. You are saying it's silly idea, and I am taking it further. You just come. We are visiting Bangalore, and you come, and we will meet there. And we meet for 10 to 15 minutes, and that program was decided, and that became a really national and international program and launched from the Chennai. Okay, so the idea became really a good national program, and still we are doing something, and we did very good program for the 5 neighboring countries like Bangladesh, Nepal, Myanmar, Bhutan, what they were having through this DST bilateral program. And we did that, and it still continuing. We are getting a lot of participants from Bangladesh. Even I visited Bangladesh to give a talk on iSTEM. So that way we started. So I just want to mention everywhere, wherever I go, silly question is a good question. Even you may be thinking this is a good question, what I am doing, that is not the true. But you can ask whatever you have in mind. Maybe 100 people are sitting here and they can answer, and even they can take message from your question. Okay. So I think everyone should not feel shy, ask question, whatever is needed, so that people will answer. Okay. And you'll get good things to convert things to what idea you have in your mind. Okay. So that's the message I wanted to give you, everyone. Thank you.
क्वेश्चंस
Ask a question, sir.
Yeah, please, madam, go ahead.
Sir, I want to know, in West Bengal, generally the people believe that due to the introduction of 4G, it will directly affect the production of the coconut. People believe that. My question is that whether the introduction of 5G will also again affect the production of coconut in West Bengal?
This is still not understood. You know, yesterday there was a court case by the Juhi Chawla, and it was, I think, Supreme Court put 20 lakh fine on Juhi Chawla. So I have asked this question there. Still, it is not proved anything. This is the yesterday case in Supreme Court. So still, it is questionable. Means we don't have any answer till date. Maybe in future we will have with better experiment and research people will be doing. Of course, something will come out when it will be introduced, but some kind of speculations are there. People, you know, even vaccine when came, people told this is not good, this is going to harm, and nowadays we are running behind the vaccine and we are blaming government. Of course, government is also responsible to do things in time, but we are also responsible in some way to not to propagate wrong message unless we don't have the proper thing. So these messages are going in media. There are a lot of things we don't know still whether it is going to harm or it is going to give benefit. Okay. So question are still question. We don't have answer at this time, but maybe in 1 month or 2 months of time, or maybe 6 months of time, we will have really good answer for that.
Sir, China has already installed 5G, but their data is not believable. They won't share also with us.
Chinese corona is still not. Yeah, Chinese corona is still not believable. Last year it was good, and this year it is behaving different way.
They have already started 5G few years before in few cities, but I think their data they never shared, and even I think India will never believe their data. So I think still we have to wait for maybe I think once we start the 5G by maybe I think one company they already started to install, and maybe 1 year it will take to find the entire their system how it works.
Yeah. You know, one thing I heard when I was in MSc, I just want to share again.
Yes, no. Yes, no, sir. Yes, no, sir. Stop it, sir. Yes, no.
Okay. So when I was in MSc, that time generally we got computer in 1998, and that time there was a message, computer Baba is coming.
1998 is.
Can you mute, beta? Yeah. Okay. So that time when people started saying computer Baba is coming and it will take the job of everyone. But you know, when IT revolution came, a lot of people got the job. That message came from where? Who are not knowing anything about computer, right? So these kind of things always come when something come in the new in the market. We have to bear with that, and we have to find solution by the time goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other question? Maybe my answer will be also a silly answer. I don't know, but still we don't know what to say on that because nothing is available in the market. No data is available. No research. Research is going on, but exact data is not available.
So any student is there who is willing to ask something? Maybe anyone, or we will like close the session.
If there is no questions, let's thank to speaker and the participant and my colleague Dr. Udesh Verma, who is always for such kind of program. Even we don't get time, he tries to take our time also from that busy schedule.
Updeshji, just sir, one line I want to say about Updeshji.
Yes.
Sir, if you want to do it anything in Northeast, I think Ujit is also there. He can help you in Manipur. Even I'm there in Northeast. If you are organizing anything, wants to organize anything at Northeast, I'm there. Please call me.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, we will make a plan. Yeah,
we have lot of program to conduct. Yeah, we have lot of program to conduct, but we are waiting for this one. We want physical program, not this online kind of thing.
Yeah, physical one. Yeah, not like
and,
online. Yeah.
I want to tell you, we have conducted many program in Northeast, in Tezpur University, in Manipur, NIT Manipur. We have organized. We have gone there and we have done INOP program to attract all the good researchers to come and use our facility either in IISc Bangalore and Bombay. So we have done in the past, and as I told you, the first program I started in 2013 in Guwahati itself. So
Okay,
we are
yeah.
looking for the opportunity. And last year I was last year I was about to go in Meghalaya, but because of these things I could not go. So we are planning. We have a lot of plan to do for Northeast people. Okay, and we are waiting for the right time.
Give
Even
more important.
even 1 month, someone will say Corona will not going to affect. I am ready to do the journey. Even just before the second wave, I was in Coimbatore. I went first program this year. I thought I will start. I did in Coimbatore on 29th March and 30th March, and after that this came, and again we stopped.
Yeah. So we will make some plan. We can take some village so that we can adopt that village or maybe something like that, and we can like make a model, like maybe for waste management, maybe for ecology, maybe for education. So we can put together and we can do start from a single point. So that will be the good thing. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely, definitely. And you people are the asset for us.
Hello,
Thank you.
sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please consider these programs for J&K also.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Sir. Sir, I am from Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, sir.
May I know who is
Please
speaking
open,
from Jammu Kashmir?
open your video.
Sir, I am Munir.
Okay.
Oh, Munir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
you are in which university?
Sir, presently I am at Dr. Hari Singh Gaur University, Sagar.
Oh,
You are in
okay.
Sagar. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how you are connected with Jammu Kashmir? You are talking about Jammu Kashmir.
Sir, I am actually the native of Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay. No,
Yes,
we have planned to do in we have done earlier in Mata Vaishno Devi University and Jammu University, but we
Yes,
have
sir.
planned to do in Kashmir, J&K Kashmir University actually. We have
Yes, sir.
couple
Yes,
of
sir. Yes, sir.
faculty member I know. They have
Yes,
come
sir.
to our ISC Bangalore to attend the nano electronics program.
Yes,
But
sir. Yes,
of
sir.
course, the time this good season is required to go there. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Once it will
Thank
be
you,
down,
sir.
surely we will plan.
Thank you,
Munir ji,
sir.
you can contact us on the email IDs or maybe phone numbers are there.
Yeah.
So we definitely will plan. We have
You can
a lot
take
of
a
friends.
lead. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We
Sir,
have a lot of friends at Jammu and Kashmir.
Sir, is your that contact number on that website, ISTM website?
Yes. Everything is there. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Everything
Thank you,
is
sir.
there. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So it's very seems to be very happy across India. All the people have joined and discussed for these like natural things, and definitely we are very much delighted to have the different ideas from even from north and even from like southeast. It's very heartening to listen all the ideas, and definitely we will be making planning to visit the places physically, but still जब तक ठीक नहीं हो जाता we will be doing it online, and they will be happy to be at your place to work together for better India.
Okay, Dr. This, let's
Thank you, sir.
close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Then
you,
thank you very
everyone.
much.
Thanks
you,
for
sir.
attending, and thanks to all the speakers.
Thank
We
you.
will
Thank
be in
you.
touch with everyone. Whoever need any question, answer, whatever you want to write, please write to us and be in touch with us and become the ambassador of any good program, whatever you are getting into. Okay, so that the good program will carry and we'll get good people to get it done in the things whatever we want in good manner. Thank you.
Thank you very
Sir,
much. Okay.
I just wanted to say one thing to Dr. Sanjeev, sir. Sir, I've attended many programs, but you have been not only positive and motivational, even inspiring in every statement you're telling. You're trying to, like, it's very difficult to hear from a academician and a bureaucracy people that yes, you should take an initiative and we are there for you. Because normally what happens, any webinar, what happens, we attend it and they say, okay, fine, thank you. Thanks for attending and forget it. It's really really great program. I tell you, more than learning about environment, I'm learning that you need to be more inspiring and welcoming. So that's something which that's a biggest takeaway from all the speakers and me being around.
See, I could say that, okay, program is over, bye. Okay, but this is the initial point, initiative, what we are taking for something for the country. So we take each program as an initial point. We don't say that this is the end point where you cannot contact us. Okay. And that is the intention. Whenever I conduct the program, I want to tell you one more thing. when I conduct the program, I don't ask whether I have done good, this one I have arranged better or not, or best. I know I'm doing my best. Okay. But I would like to know what negative has gone through through that program so that I can improve in future programs. Okay. And I am always with any participant who want to do something good way for the country. I am with that. If anything is required, any support is required, we will surely try. I cannot give guarantee, but surely I can try for that. Okay. And this way I take the things in my this one activity list. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much to all for your precious time, and we will definitely be in connect. And you can visit ISTM website as well as NE website, and you can anytime connect to us, either write email or contact on the WhatsApp, or maybe call if something is important. We will work together for better India. So thank you very much. Thank you.